Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. I'm still waiting to get my oil changed, ladies and gentlemen. I want to go over a story with you that I got out of the SHTF plan. And Mr. Snyder is the head of that organization over there. But it's talking about what I've talked about several times, the Hegelian dialectic. They don't really mention that in this article, I don't believe, the Hegelian dialectic, but they point out exactly what I've been talking about for years, that people will comply. They will eventually comply. Why? Because they're not prepared. Isn't that something that you can do so easily? Something that people here in America can do so easily, even if you don't have the means. Trust me, I've watched a couple of videos just to do a brain dump on dash drivers, and they make pretty darn good money, even after the gas. I saw a lot of comments on there. You don't ever tell us how much the gas costs. Even after the gas, they make pretty good money if they hustle. So anybody can go out there and make a few extra bucks doing DoorDash or Uber, whatever it is, right? So that you can prepare. So the better prepared you are, the better that you will be able to resist. Because governments know nothing better than to take advantage of a crisis. Never let a good crisis go to waste, right? Isn't what they always say? So this article here is titled Manufacturing Consent, How Engineered Famines Will Have the Masses Begging for FEMA Camps. I believe that they will have the masses begging for a CBDC, because that's going to be the thing that saves us all once that next big crisis occurs. Whatever it is, be it a famine or a financial collapse, which will result in famine as well if we have a financial collapse, but whatever it is. But I've always stated that government's job is to continue to thrive on crises after crises after crises. There always has to be a boogeyman, ladies and gentlemen. Think back the last 30 years. Think back the last 30 or 40 years. When has there not been a boogeyman? When has there not been an enemy of the state, an enemy of the people as told to us by our federal government? When has there not been? So they either create a crisis or take advantage of a crisis in order to fulfill their agenda, or to fulfill a part of their agenda, trying to get to the bigger picture. So here it says, let me scroll down here a little bit. I'll try to leave this article for you, okay, on a pinned comment. But here it says, prepping for the upcoming government-induced food shortages. And it says that this is accomplished using the following 8-step playbook. And what they're saying by is that this is accomplished is that people begging for the government to come and save them from the same crisis that the government created or is taking advantage of. And number one is they engineer a problem or create the actual crisis. So when they say they engineer a problem, is let's say, for example, that we have some kind of a bug in the air, right? And people are getting sick, just like it happens every year pretty much, right? But then they take this certain bug and they make everyone stay home for 2 years. And they make 40% to 50% of all of the small businesses in the country go bankrupt and go out of business, never to come back. Knowing that the middle class is who runs those businesses. And knowing that the middle class is what makes up the economy of a country. So they take advantage of a crisis or they create a crisis themselves. That's the first step. You have to get the people on board that there is an actual crisis. And how do they do that? They use the media, of course. They use the media, they use Hollywood, they use all of these stars from sports teams and stuff like that. So that's number one. Number two, blame it on someone else, right? So blame it on someone else, never take responsibility for your actions, and use projection instead. And what do you think they've been doing? What is that? They want amnesty now for all of the mistakes that they made. They're still not taking blame for all of the mistakes that they made, if they were actual mistakes that they made during that time period. Number three, push outrage, right? Push outrage through the media using psyops tactics to whip up anger at the party being blamed. So keep us divided. As long as you have someone to blame, there will be someone on the other side getting on board and blaming them and keeping us divided as a people. Man, this is exactly what has been played out. Wake up, America. This is what's being played out right now as I say this. Number 4, which is probably the most effective, cause fear. cause fear among the population through making it hurt with real-world losses of food, money, security, and etc. You just wait till the next crisis, ladies and gentlemen. I truly do believe that our next crisis is going to be a major financial crash. That's going to be the next major crisis. I hope that we don't enter into a world war. However, a major financial crisis will probably result in us entering into a world war. And listen to number 5, all right? Be the savior. Be the savior by offering what they say is free food, free money, free medication, free this, for that, free that. But what most people don't understand is that there is no such thing as free. Right now, we are in the middle of paying for the rest of our lives for all of those stimulus checks that we received a couple of years back. We will pay for those for the rest of our lives. And if you ask yourselves how, well, take a look at taxes. Take a look at that $600 deal where now you have to report anything that you earned over $600. Why? Because they want their pound of flesh, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm smiling here just because it's so obvious. And in a way, it's tragic that more people don't understand this. Number 6, and number 6 is very effective as well, but you do need to cause fear. You do need number 4 in order for number 6 to work. Number 6, silence. Silence anyone who know the playbook by claiming that they are opposed to solutions and working with the enemy. So if someone says something that's not within the narrative, cancel them. Cancel them, get rid of them, make them sound like they're evil, make them sound like they're on the other side's team. And number 7, ladies and gentlemen, is very concerning to me. We haven't gotten there yet, but like I said, I believe that in the next 2 to 3 years, there's going to be a lot of deaths in the United States of America and worldwide. And I won't get into why. It's just what I believe, but you have to do your research as far as that goes. Do you all remember about that Deagle, the Deagle prediction for 2025, that the population of the U.S. is going to be down by like a half or 2/3? And I hope it's not that bad, but I think it's going to get really bad. Bad enough where in the next year and a half or two, they're not going to be able to hide the fact that a lot of lives are being lost. So number 7 says exterminate the masses, right? By forced starvation, by forced, things that you have to put in your body. And then number 8, they're being a little bit funny here, or trying to be funny. High five Klaus Schwab for a mission well done, China style. And what they mean by that is I'm not sure if you remember here. I don't think that I talked about this extensively. Just I probably mentioned it on one of my news videos that Klaus Schwab was saying that China's model that they're using to control their people is like the model that should be used worldwide. We live in interesting times, ladies and gentlemen. I know that it is the Christmas season, and this is my favorite time of the year, but I feel like I need to continue to bring you this because it seems like every time I put out a video, if one person wakes up, maybe somebody comes into this channel that's never been here before, and if one person wakes up, and by the way, about 40% of the people that watch any of my videos are not subscribers. And that's why I'm saying if one person comes onto one of these videos and wakes up and does some research and it's like, man, it's true. They don't care about us. They're just trying to control us. And they start to prepare. Victory. That is a victory. So having said that, ladies and gentlemen, I do have another video to put out, maybe 2. So we will talk to you later. God bless every one of you.